What's up, America? It's your girl bringing you some news you can use. We are live, the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, which is the iHeart radio station. In this intellectual dialogue hour, we're going to be sharing information, providing inspiration, and being very informative. So please share the broadcast. My co-host is in the building.
All right, great to be
We
here.
missed her last week,
Thank
so
you.
she is back. And so today we have to talk about. So I have a little cold, so my nose is running, my head is stopped up, but I am not claiming this. I'm gonna get this together because I got a festival this weekend for 3 days for 10 hours, so I cannot afford to have a cold. So in this intellectual dialogue hour, distractions, which is what this cold is, distractions. How do you handle your daily distractions?
Right.
You know, rage, you can get a phone call, you have your day all planned, and then oops, something else happens. You get on a phone call, you calling to pay a bill or to make a payment arrangement. You said it's only going to take me 10 minutes. You get on the phone, they got you on hold, the call dropped, you got to call all over again. You go get gas and there's a line, or you put your credit card in the gas pump thing, and it says no credit cards taken. It doesn't work for whatever reason, and you got to go inside. It's always something. How do you handle your distractions? Do you let it take control of you, or do you take control of the distraction? And in the bottom of the hour, the fourth quarter is here, right? The fourth quarter is knocking on all of our doors.
Yes.
My door, Burl's door, your door,
Mhm.
your friend's door, your entrepreneur door, the
Mhm.
store next to you. So it's knocking. How will you finish let me back up. How will you start the fourth quarter? And better yet, how will you finish it? Will you slay in? Like, here I come.
Working hard, giving it
all you got.
Right.
You got your goals ready. You got them written down, because a goal just in your mind is different than having it written down on paper. Will you finish strong, or will you be a quarter horse? So we have like 2 more weeks left in the third quarter.
Can you believe that?
2 more weeks left in
Wow.
the third quarter. And the weather is telling us that it's here. Pretty
Yes,
much,
it
right?
is.
I'm tempted, I can keep playing about this heat. I'm about to turn my heat on. I'm trying not to turn it on because y'all know I be cold. But anyway, so those are two things we're going to talk about today. The more knowledge you have, the more powerful we all become.
Mhm.
So please share the broadcast. We are live, IntellectualRadio.com right here. And guess what? We have $50 to give away. Will you get it, or will me and Burl leave here and go to lunch? Will you get this $50? How bad do you want $50? Maybe you don't need $50, right?
Right.
So we're going to be talking about that. And then we have a special announcement as we're starting into next month. We're going to make some changes to the show, which I'm excited about. And so I'm going to tell you guys about it. Not today. I just want to kind of tease you today, but I'll tell you about it next week. So stay tuned. Information, introspection, and inspiration right here on IntellectualRadio.com, making waves with me and Burl. Back in a moment.
Hi, my name is Tina Olivia Pate. Listen to Making Waves with Miss Darci on IR and iHeart radio station, Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. We love you, Miss Darcy.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams, and I enjoy listening to IntellectualRadio.com and Making Waves with Miss Darci.
It's 2 for 5 coming at you live.
Hey, sir, welcome to Burger King. How are you? See what he
No
orders.
pressure. All of America's watching.
Original chicken sandwich.
Big King! And the foul.
How you going to lose when you mix and match?
Mix and match 2 large premium sandwiches for $5 only at Burger King.
Good morning. What can I get for you?
A medium hot coffee, cream and 2 sugars, please.
Medium hot coffee, cream, 2 sugars. Sounds good.
At Dunkin', we make your coffee just the way you like it. If not, we'll make it again on the spot. That's the DD commitment. America runs on Dunkin'.
Welcome back. I am the host of Making Waves with Miss Darcy, broadcast live here every Tuesday. Starting next month, we'll be back to Thursday. So we'll be here every Tuesday and Thursday starting at noon. Hello, Burl.
Hello, Darci.
My co-host
so
is in the
good
building.
To
I be
here.
so excited when I see her, y'all. Y'all just don't understand.
I'm equally as excited.
You don't
Great
understand.
To be here.
Great
Thank
to be
you.
here.
Thank you.
So before we get into our two hot topics, Burl, how was your weekend?
Weekend was great. It was jam-packed. As you know, my wellness workshops are up and running. And
okay. So tell us a little bit about the workshops.
Thank you. I will tell you that I designed these workshops to educate and empower women to be the best version of themselves. When I started networking with women in particular, I noticed that they look great on paper, but when you pull back the veil, their center is off. And so if you don't have a good center, you don't have a good relationship with yourself, then that impacts every other relationship that you have in your life. So I have designed these workshops to help women to have a great relationship with themselves wherever they are in life, because you do have to be strong with the now so that you can be better for the future. And I've been having a great success with that. And I'm just so happy to share that with people and really give back of sorts, give back.
So if someone like myself or someone who's listening, how can they find out more about your workshops and what they entail?
I would love for them to reach out to me via email or phone. Let's start with the email. The email is Lyreb, Lyreb, 8, the number 8, which is the number of new beginnings. Lyreb 8, the number 8, Mitchell, Mitchell at gmail.com. Again, that's Lyreb, Lyreb, the number 8, Mitchell, Mitchell at gmail.com, or you can call 708-613-5218. That number again is 708-613-5218.
Good. That's some great nuggets. Please share this information, because I know someone who's watching or listening can share this information with someone who will benefit, because we all need to be empowered.
Absolutely.
We all need to be uplifted. Every day, sometimes all day, depending on what's going on in your life. And I had a packed weekend as well. So Saturday, I started out with the Baby Expo.
How was that?
I've never seen so many babies and strollers in my life.
I bet.
Like literally. But they were so wholesome. I didn't see not one baby crying.
Wow.
And I'm talking about from newborn till about 4 or 5, and then older children. They had the bouncy machines and the rides and things, and they was coming past the table. I had a bell at the microphone. When they got ready to say who they were and their name, they got so tickled. This little boy, he said, "Oh my God, I hear myself." He just got so tickled. He said, "Let me do that again." It was just amazing to see. And they had so many sponsors who were giving away food, Pampers, formula, which never goes on sale. They had all kind of things from Gerbil, and people were leaving out there with like literally per person 3 or 4 bags of free
That's awesome.
things. And I think that's awesome. Amazing. Of course, we gave away flat tummy water. We had a raffle. We gave away flat tummy water. We also broadcasted live there. And so we got the chance to interview people who was their first time, attending the Baby Expo. Some of them were vets. They had been there before. They were bringing someone who was expecting. I never seen so many moms who was ready to deliver, like right. They were just wobbling in. And I was like, I need you to hold that. I need you to back up just a little bit. I'm not trained in that. And that's not something I do. But it was amazing. Then I left there because that was from 10 to 2. We didn't leave out there to after 2. So by the time I had 2 people helping me. And a shout out to Jackie and Sherry Edwards for helping me and helping me keep it together, and just with the broadcast, with the water, they were an array of information and just help. So I appreciate you all more than you all will know. Came home and changed, dropped them back off at their cars at my house, changed clothes. I went to Westlake Hospital and spoke about D-flat tummy water. Left there, came back home and got out the dress, put on some jeans and a t-shirt, and went to the city for a transformation workout line dancing class.
Now, what was that like?
Oh my God. It was over 100 women there. And so they came from all over. Elgin, the South Side, Oak Brook, Melrose Park, Carroll. I mean, they were from everywhere. So they come in there. I had a table there. So they had vendors there. So I set up and they were doing the line dance. So I'm like, okay, some of the line dances I knew, the ones I didn't, they were the guy named Boogie, aka Phil, was teaching us the line dancing. So I come in, now that was from 6 to 10. I didn't get that to 6:30. So get there, get set up. It's a little after 7. So I'm go out here. I did the Cupid Shuffle. I did the Beyonce line dance, a couple of other ones I knew.
Well, you're going back
But
with those things. Wow.
when they got to the fifth line dancing song, girl, I was sitting. They said, "Where you going?" I'm like, "I'm gonna need to take a break."
That's a great workout, though.
They was like,
Great.
"Ain't no breaks, ain't no break." Girl, these women. I said, obviously, I'm out of shape because I don't work out, which means I need to. They stayed on they was getting water while he was switching the song, but they stayed on the dance floor. I'm like, I need to get with the program because I was out there fanning with my hand, and then I was like, I'll be right back. And then I was like, ooh, all up in here, my thighs and stuff was
a great workout. Oh my God.
It was a great workout. And when I went home and showered, which is like after 11, and I got up Sunday for church, I could not get out of bed. Oh my God. I was aching all over.
That's when you know it was good.
That's when I knew that it was a good. I couldn't even walk fast. You know, you'd be like, come out the house and you go into the driveway. I was like, yeah, okay. I'm just easing up. That was a work.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But I met so many amazing people. I made connections because remember, the follow-up is the key. So Sunday, I spent all day sending out thank yous, saying it was a pleasure to meet them, telling them how I met them, whether it was their hair, their jewelry, what they had on, their baby, or the stroller, something about that conversation that I was writing, right? And I responded to all 80-some people Sunday.
That's awesome. And
so that was in 24 hours. It's usually 72 for me, but I was so tired and aching, I really couldn't do too much. So I just stayed like in one spot. It was on my tablet. And I responded to all, and that's a first. Usually within 3 days, but I responded to everybody. And yesterday and today, they're responding back. And when I tell you, they're inviting me to other networking events, to other classes, other workshops. And I just think the connections were amazing. So you just don't want to just get people's business cards, their flyers. You want to find out about how you can help them, not more so how they can help you, but how you can help them. Because if you're helping them, it's a win-win.
It is.
Absolutely, Burl. So that's what's the nuggets that I took away from the weekend. So between me and Burl, we kind of worked it. We setting up for the fourth quarter. So you guys got to get ready. What are you doing to set up for the fourth quarter? And this is my topic that I would like for you all to call in. And Burl will give you the number. Serena Williams. We know what happened. I'm not going to replay it. She did get emotional. Women get emotional. That's just our makeup. That's how God designed and made us. But my issue was, she shouldn't have broken the racket. That's how I feel. But I have never known Serena to cheat with anything. She's a beast. She's good at what she does. And so is her sister Venus. So for them to make an accusation or hint that she might have cheated with her coach, that's what hurt her to me more than anything. And I was watching, and it hurt me to see them do her like that. She's the only tennis player that has to be drug tested monthly.
Isn't that crazy?
The only one. And she just does it because she literally loves what she do. Then the outfit she had on, they questioned whether something was in there that was helping her. So then she went to a tutu. But then they showed another picture of 2 other tennis players who had wore something similar. So is this about racism? Was the referee wrong? Should she have been fined $17,000? That's my question. So viewers, listeners, if you would like to weigh in, Burl is going to give you the number, call in. I would love to hear your viewpoint on Serena Williams.
Right. That number is 708-223, and we'll turn around, and that's 8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953.
If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Hope your special day brings you all your heart desires. Here's wishing you a day full of gifts and surprises from Making Waves with Miss Darci and crew. Happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, we know that struggle is real.
Many blessings.
If you made it year after year after year after year, congratulations. Call us and tell us what the secret is. But congratulations to you. So the deep thought for today, I got to find it, where you can win $50. You call in the next 25 minutes. Okay, I got to find it. It's a quote. Let me find it. Here we go. Life has to move forward. Everything has its time and everything ends. Again, life has to move forward. Everything has its time and everything ends. If you can repeat that quote word for word, you will win $50 today. So you have the number to call in. It's 12:30. You can start calling in between 12:45 and 1:15. Call in to win $50. So, Burl, distraction. Let's just jump right into
let's
this.
Get into
distraction.
It. Let's get into it.
The definition of a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
It says the act of distraction or the condition of being distracted. Inexperienced drivers are vulnerable. A child cry is a distraction, something that makes it difficult for you and me to pay attention to, right? So it's mental, it's emotional, it's agitating, it's confusion, noisy neighbors, trying to get in on the expressway on the ramp and they won't let you in.
Oh,
you know,
crazy,
you're
yes,
in a
we
room
don't.
in your house and you're trying to focus and somebody else walks in and everything just changes. What you think about this? How about this? What you think about? So now that train of thought,
out the
you've
window.
lost it, you know,
for the moment.
Or for the moment. Or if you're working on something and someone does something or you hear a siren, that's a distraction. If you're driving and the police siren comes on and they're flying, or the fire department, to me, it kind of makes me jump for a second, because then I got to figure out a way to get over to the side to get out of the way, right? What's a distraction for you?
I think anything that interrupts my train of thought or what I'm doing at the time. And here's the thing I'm learning is that distractions happen to all of us. The goal is to have strategies in place so that we can combat that.
Yeah, because getting all upset ain't gonna change nothing.
It's not going to change anything. So you have to have a plan. When this happens, what do? You have to have a go-to. And if you don't plan it, you kind of willy-nilly and whatever comes to mind, and that may not work out best for you. So I think that distractions happen all the time, and so many people are just not even present anyway. So that only adds fuel to the fire, right?
Yes.
And it only makes any situation worse. So I think that once you have a plan for what do you do when you're distracted, and I think it's important to know that you focus on what to do, not on what not to do.
Because that takes away from everything.
It takes away from everything.
Yeah. How about if you go to a workshop? When I was putting this together, you go to a workshop or a seminar, or you're at church, wherever you may be, right? And you're listening. And the speaker is speaking, but he's not captivating your attention. You're figuring out what you're going to cook, what you're going to wear tomorrow, what you're going to do when you get in the house, because the focus is no longer on this individual. But if you have someone that's maybe enthusiastic or someone that's hitting your buttons and you say, they talking to me. There's nothing that someone can say or do because you are so focused, because you don't want to miss that nugget or that particular information.
That's right, the message. Absolutely.
Have you experienced something like that?
Oh, absolutely. I experience that all the time, especially sometimes if you go to church, not all preachers are the same.
Ooh.
So it's a greater fight to stay awake and stay engaged and kind of get that word. So you got to find a place to go. Now, I grew up where you couldn't chew gum in church. Oh gosh,
no.
that's a no-no. You cannot chew gum. Only thing you can do is you can have a peppermint or a piece of candy, something like that. That's discreet.
Okay.
So, those are the kinds of things when the preacher is not as engaging.
You got to find something else.
I got to find something else to kind of keep me engaged so I can get something out of that message.
Yeah, because sometimes you can go somewhere and come back and they say, well, how was the service? So how was the workshop? You say it was nice. And you say, what did you take away from it? And you say,
Right. Right.
You can't even think of what.
You can't. Exactly.
So that ain't good. So
no.
means, but if you go to something and you get some nuggets and somebody said, well, they can't even ask you because you're already telling them.
And that's the thing. When you get a nugget, you got to share it. You got to talk it up. Even when you're in church, you get the word. You can't just keep that word to yourself. Nope. You have to go home and share it with somebody. Yeah. That's the gift.
And that's why I'm talking about distractions, because Sunday they were talking about distractions, that distractions in a relationship, whether it's your boo, your boo-boo, your boo-boo-boo, your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
If you know you need to be at church on Sunday and you need to be at a service on Wednesday, the devil will figure out something to distract you.
Oh, yes.
Or to keep you from being there on time.
Absolutely.
Or they ask you, can you do this? And they already know where you're going and what time you got to be there, but it's got to be interjected in there. And it's not that it happens, it's how do you handle it?
That's it, because it happens to us all. And here's the thing. I think that we're more alike than different.
Yep.
And we all have the same experiences in life. It's how we handle them that makes all the difference.
And this
that's
is the
what you're saying.
phrase he gave us. He said, so they're going on and on about this and that, whether it's relationship, whether it's your friendship, whether it's your girls in your group or whoever you associate with, and they tell you about somebody did this and somebody said this and this happened, this happened. You say, you know what? I can appreciate how you feel, but that's not part of my purpose. And we was like, huh? And then he said it again. And he gave us 4 or 5 different scenarios. And we was like, oh, yep. Look at your neighbor. Yep. What you going to say? Oh, wow. I didn't know you felt that way. But you know what? That's not part of my... And you just shifted right back.
That's that plan. That's that go-to.
And I was like...
What to do?
I got to do this. So I couldn't wait to use it, right? So I couldn't use it Sunday. It was nothing. But yesterday, I was saying it. So, you know what? Really? That's not part of my purpose.
You know,
they was like, huh? And they didn't even, I shut them down because they didn't even know what to say.
Right.
They was like, it's not part. No, it's not. And then I say, okay, so I'm getting ready to go. Okay. And they was still like, it's not part of your, no, it's not. In other words, that's not part of my topic. That's not my platform, right?
Take that someplace
That's not part of my, right. That's not part of my circle. And so if you don't engage it, it can't enter. That means you're putting up your border. So it's not coming in.
Exactly.
And it worked.
And let me give you another one. This is what my father taught me.
I need an extra one. You know, I need an extra one. I need one more.
My father taught me that silence speaks volumes. So if somebody says something to you, you don't respond. I said, Dad, how do you not say anything?
Right, how do you do that?
The person's looking at you, they're talking to you. He said, you just look at them and you don't say anything, give it a beat, and you just walk away. Or if they're across the room and they're talking to you, you just act like you don't hear them. And they just go on about their business.
Are you kidding me?
It works. It works.
So if they say blah, 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 he said, she said, blah, 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 and you just say.
Exactly. If they're across the room and you're doing something, you just keep doing what you're doing.
Just like you didn't even hear, like it's just bouncing right off
Exactly.
Of you.
Because people don't like having a one-sided conversation.
They can't. Because who they going to talk to?
Who they going to talk to, right?
Okay.
So they move on.
That's plan B.
So
now I got an A and a B.
Right.
I'm on the roll now.
Exactly.
Because
it's information.
The thing about distractions and nonsense, I call it utter nonsense. When people come into you with gossip or something that's not positive, and now you're trying to be focused and you got the little voices saying, yeah, she said this, and then this person said this. Should I have said something? But if you don't even let it get in.
And that's it. You can't unring a bell. So once it goes in, it's so hard to get it out.
It's like you should giving them this power in your brain.
It is. And that's something you allow. And yes, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
This is so good because
right.
I'm thinking of so many things. For instance, Dr. Phil said a long time ago, he said that, I'm losing my train of thought right now. Distraction. Keep talking. Let me come back to that.
So then let's say you're at home and you got to send some emails out. You got to respond to some people. You want to go to a quiet place in your house, right? Whether you need the TV on, I really can't do the TV, but some people can. It just depends on what works for you. I need to hear Boney James. I need some jazz in the background. I need it quiet. I may have a glass of wine, whatever I need at that moment, some tea, herbal, whatever. And I'm letting everybody know, 2 days in advance sometime, if I can. For the next 2-3 hours, I'm going to be in my office. And please don't bother me. So if you need something, ask me before I go in the room or when I come out the room. Not talking about bathroom breaks or snack breaks, right? So that
Let's be clear.
Right, so that I can stay focused. And sometimes you have to do that in your own household because otherwise, how are you going to finish that task? That task may take you survivorship. That task may help you put you on point for your goal. That task may help you pay off some bills. Whatever it is, you have to be focused so that the distraction is the reward.
Exactly. And that's one of the things I talk about in my workshop is that you have to allow a certain amount of time to get something done so you can stay focused, even if it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever that means to you, so you can continue to move the ball forward. The key is to do it consistently, do it more times than not, and you'll find yourself making progress and hitting those goals.
I agree.
And that's just
the one for me. And I got some nuggets, Berlin. You could just step right in.
Okay.
Some nuggets for those who are listening. listening, and please share the broadcast. It may benefit you or someone else. And if you have a suggestion on how to deal with distractions, please call us and share it with us. Great minds think alike, and I would love to hear from you if you have ideas or suggestions. But the first thing I came up with was, because it would take away my day. Well, not take away, but I'm too engaged and I'm not getting anything done. So I would turn off my email notifications, my Instagram, my Twitter, put the phone on silent, not a vibration, silent, so that I can communicate and go through the tasks that I have on my to-do list without any interruptions. And then once I get that done, then I have a certain amount of time to respond to my emails, a certain amount of times to respond to my texts, a certain amount of times to go on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, right? And then it's hard at first because sometimes you can get on social media and be there for hours and nothing's been done. And your whole morning or afternoon is gone. And you're saying, wait a minute. So now what you're supposed to do today going to carry into the next day plus the next day. And then it's like trying to play catch up.
And you never catch up.
So I have to do that. And then sometimes you have to just log off of social media, turn off the internet so that your mind could just get absorbed like a meditation, right? It's almost like crack, right? You got to turn it off sometime. You got to just say, I need to just unwind. I need to digress. I need to disconnect so that I can reconnect.
And see, that comes with knowing who you are and being in touch with your center to know that that's important for you to get things done. And you're saying that you need to set boundaries. You need to set boundaries for other people, especially, and you have to set boundaries for yourself so that you can hold yourself accountable. I mean, that's really where it begins. And so all those things are so important. And to be focused, whatever you're doing, just stay in that for that amount of time. Yeah. And then you can move on to something else you want to do. I used to always tell my family, do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do.
Because you ain't trying to work forever,
right?
Girl.
It's just temporary. But if you get through this phase, it leads you to the next, which makes it all better. So you just have to remember that.
You have to do
it's
that.
all
and
about
if you at a household where it's more than 3 or 4 people and you can't disconnect, stuff is going, get you some headphones.
Yes.
With noise control. I mean, it has to be, we have to stop making excuses because we're our worst critics, right? Mm-hmm. So the distraction is what we learned on Sunday. The distraction is me, myself, and I. I was like, we're 3 people. We had to decide if you're me today, if you're myself today, or if you're I, Burl. Mm-hmm. Because we have different personalities within us.
Absolutely.
So we have to decide in the morning who we're going to be. And the only person that can control that is you. It's me. It's you.
Absolutely.
So we are our worst distraction. Once we get that under control, like you said, consistency, dedication, and we have to be determined.
Have to be.
You have to be at a point where you're saying, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And how do you stay determined? Because you focus on the end goal. You don't focus on the here and now, where you are now. You focus on where you're going.
Yeah. Clutter is another one. Yes. I cleaned my office desk off yesterday. Mm-hmm. My little refrigerator, I had all kinds of stuff on there. I said, there is a top to this little mini refrigerator because I had papers all, and I just got, when I leave here today, I'm going to get 2 more bins for my summer clothes, right? Because I really pretty much think summer is almost gone, but it's time for me to fold those clothes up. I wash them all and store them away and bring in my fall stuff. But everything needs to be organized so that you can function better.
Right.
Women, we wake up in the morning, we going through 3 and 4 outfits and we go back to the first outfit that we had on, right? But if we had them all lined up before, back in the day, I used to literally, people used to talk about me. My whole life was a schedule, Burl. When I was cooking and I had small children, when I went to the grocery store every 2 weeks, I knew what we were having. Whatever I cooked on Sunday, we had leftovers Monday. And then I cooked on Tuesdays. We had leftovers on Wednesday, right? Thursdays, it was sandwich night, whatever kind of sandwich, peanut butter and jelly, ham, but it was sandwich night.
Right.
On Fridays, we either had a pizza or they can pick out what they wanted. On Saturday, it was a potluck. Whatever was left in the refrigerator, everybody grabbed something and we started all over. So when I went to the grocery store, because I had 2 small children, I couldn't keep going to the grocery store 2 or 3 days a week. So I had on the refrigerator what we were eating. When I went to the grocery store, that's how I shopped.
Absolutely.
So there's some gas and time because I can't afford it. I had too much going on, right? So And that work. And then my clothes, I will wash, put the clothes need to go in the cleaners, clothes I had to wash, clothes I had to iron. The kids be watching TV and I'm ironing, right? We all in one room, one playing on this, one doing something else. I had what I was going to wear 4 days out of 5. And I had a hook and it'd be hanging up on the back door of my bedroom door. That's how organized I was. And I'm resorting back to that because I got so much done.
And even if people can't do all of that, because that's a lot.
It was
children,
a lot. It was
that
a lot.
takes some doing.
It was a lot.
Even if you do that on a small scale,
just
it'll
a little
make a
bit.
difference.
Just a little bit. If you just prepare for 2 or 3 days of what you're gonna cook, right? So now my kids are grown. I only have my grandbaby and my nieces. But so now there's no excuse for me, right? Because I don't have any little ones. My son moved out almost 2 years ago. So it's like now, so what is your problem? Get it together. And so that's what I'm resorting back to that. I don't have to cook every day, but I'm saying to you that we are our worst distractions. So we have to find what works for us, what works for Burl, what works for Darci, what works for you, right?
And hold to that.
And
you got to hold to it.
Yeah.
You can't
have to
be a flag flapping in the wind. It's like, well, this is the way I'm going to be today. You have to hold yourself accountable to getting it done.
And there's so much going on every day, all day.
But that's life, and that's never changed.
Yeah,
even from when our parents grew up,
you can't change.
There's always a lot going on.
Yeah. You just got to be focused and know what you want.
Exactly.
And because when you get tired of the struggle where it's just chaos, you're going to want to bring that chaos down.
You will.
You're going to want to find a way. And so everybody, what works for me may not work for Burl. What works for Burl may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. But you got to find what works for you.
And there's always something that works. So you have to stay true to the process.
Yep.
Don't get discouraged because you can't find it right away.
Yeah.
You think about what works for you and try different things for a limited amount of time. Because I think people, tell me what you think about this. People get so frustrated with the process because it's not working. It's not working.
It's not working. For 3 days. That ain't longer than you can at least give it 30.
Yes. And then they give up. And
you can't because you're right back in the nightmare, and now the nightmare has doubled. The chaos has doubled.
Right.
And time is short. Time don't wait for nobody. If you say you're gonna leave the house at 11 o'clock and it's 11:20, oh well, you late. Because the clock ain't gonna stop for you.
Right.
And we getting ready to lose an hour. I ain't even ready for that. Don't we lose an hour?
We do.
And
fall back.
I'm still looking for the hour that they took from me. When?
You need to stop. That's gone.
I told somebody the other day. I talked to the lady on the phone. I said to Xfinity, I said, can we get a in between Friday and Sunday? She was like, huh? Now remember, I'm trying to get a lower payment on my cable bill. She said between Friday. She said, you know what? That's not a bad idea. She said that. I said, because you get so much done. I said, because you get off work on Friday, the day is gone, right? You got to do your groceries. You got to go do your laundry. You got kids. I said, then you wake up. You got Saturday. Then it's like Sunday don't exist. And then it's back. You're doing all. I said, so we need a day. She said, girl, can you make that happen? She said, I'm going to take $70 off your bill.
Wow.
Hey, favor.
Wow, absolutely.
And I was finna call to cancel because I got Sling now.
Right.
But when she did that, I can keep 30 more days. They said she gonna take $70.
You can.
I can keep for 30 more days. But fine. In closing, what do I want to say to you? Burl, what do you want to say? But the distractions for me, find what works for you. At least give it 30 days. Just try it.
Right.
Because it'll make your life so much easier. And I'm not saying get rid of social media because social media is the heart of your business, but you may have to tweak it a little bit, right? So if you get up in the morning at 6 or 7, if you're an early bird like myself, you don't want to look up and it's 10 o'clock and you haven't got anything done, right? So you have to decide if I'm going to check emails, texts, get on social media an hour or 90 minutes. But what's your game plan in that 90 minutes? Are you making connections? Are you talking to your friends that you've made on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram? Are you posting information about an entrepreneur or 7 streams of income? Whatever your skill is or knack is, are you focused on that when you're on social media? Because if you're just on social media
looking at and liking other people's stuff and it's not doing you any good.
It doesn't work. So, I mean, that would be my nugget for you. What's your nugget to share away from this topic?
My nugget is to hold yourself accountable. Have a game plan for the day. And that usually happens the day before. It just takes a little bit of planning. Yeah. And then you just follow the plan, whatever that is for you. And here's the thing. There are no wrong answers.
No.
Whatever works for you, be okay with that. Yeah. And don't compare yourself to other people about what works for them.
Because everybody is different.
Right. So honor your own process. and do it.
Yeah.
And just do it.
Just do it. Up next, fourth quarter. Are you going to slay in the upcoming? How are you bouncing into the fourth quarter? Are you just dragging into the fourth quarter? Fourth quarter is approaching. Do you have a game plan? Is your goals on target? We're going to talk about that. IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartRadio station. Please share the broadcast and don't go anywhere. Back in a moment. Do you want this $50? You better call us.
708-223-8953.
So welcome back. If you are just tuning in, we're glad you're here. If you've been with us and you didn't leave, we're glad you're right.
We're glad you're back.
We're glad you're still
hanging
in with us.
Right.
So we talked about distractions, which is something that everybody deals with. And if you missed it, you can rewatch the broadcast, share it. If there are some nuggets that you gain, I even learned something. So we can all learn from each other. That's not more knowledge we have, the more powerful we become. And that's how we grow together, because you can't do it by yourself.
You cannot.
If you think you can, you are mistaken, right? So now we're going to talk about the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is 2 weeks away. That's scary. The fourth quarter is 2 weeks away, right? So that means that the end of 2018 is approaching.
Yes.
Wow. I remember when it was 1999, people thought the world was coming to an end.
I do remember that, actually.
They was out buying all kind of stuff.
Right.
Oh, my God. And now it's almost 2019. So this almost 20 years later.
Absolutely.
Wow.
What have you done?
We're getting younger, bro. Yeah. What have you done?
What have you done?
What have you done? So here's my scenario. Okay, bro, go with me now.
Okay.
Imagine you're watching the Super Bowl, the biggest game of the year. And at the end of the third quarter, the score is tied. And you turn the TV off and say, I've seen enough. I think I know who will win. No point in watching it anymore. Now, would that be absolutely ludicrous, right? Because you can't judge the game based on it being tied. Look what happened with the Bears, right? So it's the fourth quarter, and that determines who's the winner, right? Just like in life, in Christians' life, in everyday life, we think if we give up now because it's too hard, the struggle is real. We done tried this, it ain't gonna work. But if you're doing the same thing over and over again, that's called insanity, right? So we as Christians or as individuals, as entrepreneurs or business owners or women or men have to say, if this is not working, let me reinvent my program, my services, my workshops, my music, my poetry, my comedy, whatever it is, and try something else. So you might have two different alternatives. So one is A and one is B. If what you're already doing is not working, should you keep doing it? What determines when you should start or stop? The fourth quarter is coming whether we're ready or not.
Right.
So if your goals, if you got 5 goals and you ain't got to the second one yet, right? And we're into the 9th month of the year, you got to do something different. You want to have something set up so that you can close out this year with better expectations for 2019.
Absolutely.
So what would you suggest somebody do?
I suggest that a person, if it's not what you're doing is not working, you got to change it up. The one thing you can count on is change. That's what life is about. It's about change. So it's coming. So if you can, there's always a different way, another way of doing things. I know we used to always talk about in television that there's at least 3 ways to do anything. So if that way is not working, then try it another way. And if you can't come up with any ideas, find somebody who's doing what you want to do, or who is already where you want to be. That's really a great way to do it. And connect with
Ask
them.
them, can you shadow them, or can they mentor you?
Absolutely.
Girl over here looking at my laptop. I hadn't even got there, so she already looking, because I'm like, wait a minute, huh? What?
It's so true.
But you're right.
You do. You have to. And it is all about focus. What you focus on expands. That's why you can't get caught up on what's happening in the now. And you have to understand that it is temporary because you're doing things to make it better.
I agree.
That's what it is. And that's why the fourth quarter is so important. And that's why it's not over till it's over.
Right.
So if God has given you breath to wake up another day, if you are above ground another day, then you have another opportunity to make a difference. And that's what's up.
Yeah. So this is a chance for us to reinvent, regroup, because you can always start over. There's nothing that says that you can't. You don't have to be a certain place in your life. You can always start over. And I have to say this. Some people say I'm beat. It's too, excuse me. It's too hard. I'm tired. It's too much going against me. I'm done. But that's not what God wants for us. So I have to share the scripture, Hebrews 12, 1 and 2. It makes it clear that always keep your eyes on the finish line. So it's not how you start. It's how you finish. So you want to finish strong, whether it's this year, next year, the beginning, but why not now? If we don't start now, when are you going to start? There is no perfect time. I used to say, well, I'm going to start when this happened. I'm going to start on September 1st. September 1st, get here. I'm going to start on the 15th. September 15th, get here. I'm going to start on October 1st. The year is gone.
Here's the thing about starting, Darci, is that it starts in your mind. You have to make a decision. That's what it is, isn't it? It's just a decision to say, I'm going to do things differently. That's it. I'm going to start over.
But you got to do it too, though. You can't just say it.
Right. You have to make a decision and then you do it. Absolutely.
You have to do it. So start right now. Here is your wake up. Start like right now. Just say, you know what? I've been forewarned by Making Waves Miss Darci with Burl and Darci this afternoon. And when I log off, I'm going to come in the fourth quarter swinging.
3 goals. Just start with 3 goals.
3 goals.
3 goals. And they can be really small. 3 goals.
You got to do it. You have to do it. And I want to say to individuals that are watching, who are afraid of failure, who are afraid of success, we have all been there. I continue to struggle with it, but I'd rather struggle with it than not know what's going to happen and keep postponing my life. Because what you're doing is putting your business, your talent, your skills on hold.
Right.
Because there is no such thing as the perfect time. Just like there's no such thing as the perfect man or woman. If you're waiting on that, just slap yourself and say, get over it, because that's not reality. We're all imperfect and we all struggle with different things every single day. If you are an artist and you want to be a better artist, find you a mentor or someone to shadow who's doing exceptionally well, just like Burl said.
Yes, and it only takes you, how do you do that? People say, well, they're famous, I can't. How do you do that? Paper and pen still works, people. Stamp still get it to where it's supposed to go.
Go to their website.
You can absolutely. You can friend them. I mean, there's so many ways, and persistence pays off.
And be pleasantly persistent, like I am. That's my goal. I will stalk somebody in a heartbeat.
You will.
Burl, when I met her, what did I say to you?
You said, I'm going to stalk you.
I did. And y'all see she here at the studio, right?
She did.
So what I'm saying is, it's a way to do it. You don't want to be, mean or angry. You want to do it with kindness.
Yes.
And don't use the phrase, oh, they're a celebrity, they would never respond to me. You don't know what somebody will respond to.
Correct.
You just don't know. I got an email last week from Dr. Oz regarding D-flat tummy water. And I am still ecstatic about it. So what I'm saying is, you never know unless you take the leap of faith. You won't know. So if you are an artist, and you want to be a superstar, right? And you got to have realistic expectations. Do it. If you want to be a basketball player, do it. If you want to have a 6-pack or 8-pack, you want to look like Morris Chestnut or Serena Williams or somebody, right? Then that you have to get in the gym. You got to work out. You got to change your eating habits. You got to be in it for the long haul. You can't. Somebody said when they look in the mirror, they see Morris Chestnut.
I like that.
And they look nothing like Morris
I like
Chestnut,
that.
but that's what they see. But they can't just get up and say Morris Chestnut
With no work?
with no work.
Oh, no,
because
that
that's
doesn't work.
unrealistic.
Right.
So that means if somebody says, let's go work out, I ain't got no money to work out. I'm gonna get you a membership. Oh, I don't have no transportation. I'm gonna pick you up. I ain't got nothing to wear. I'm gonna buy you an outfit. So
All excuses.
it's on us.
You're not ready.
It comes right back
You're
to
not ready.
us, right? So whatever you want to do, find someone to mentor, like Burl said. I mean, I can't say it no better than she said it. Find someone to mentor, someone to shadow you. If you want to be a radio personality, call super producer. Go on YouTube and Google being a radio personality. If you want to be on TV with Cheryl, Val Warner, call them for internships. They always got internships.
They do.
So whatever you want to do, just people call me all day, every day. Darci, I want to do this. I want to coach. I want to be a life coach. I want to mentor. Then do it. Stop telling me that you want to do it and you ain't made no effort. I know people who told me in January they was going to do something and we almost in the fourth quarter. Just do it. Whatever it is you want to,
Right.
you want to buy you a new car, go. They'll sell you a new car. Whether your credit is 800 or 250.
Yes.
They will sell you a car. You want a house? Buy you a house. You want property? You want to be an investor in real estate? Do it. All the information is available. If you don't have a laptop or a tablet, go to the library. It's free.
And here's the thing. If you can't come up with all these ideas on your own, that's why it's so important to find somebody who's already doing what you want to do and just follow their process. It's not, we're not reinventing the wheel. We're just reinventing ourselves.
Yeah.
When I first started my wellness workshops, I used to talk to my friends and they would always say, wow, bro, that's very insightful. And this is stuff that I thought everybody knew. So as I was networking with people, I just noticed that women in particular were missing certain building blocks and they had no idea. Although if you look at them from the outside, you think they want for nothing, but they needed so much more. And so I said to myself, I have to share this information. And bit by bit, because I still have a life, still got to, work and do other things, which is all consuming. But bit by bit, God blessed me to make it happen. And once you do all that you can do, God blesses that effort, especially when you do it from a very authentic place.
I agree. I wish I could make her repeat everything she just said. But she'd be looking at me like, what? But I'm saying to people, we are our worst critics and I don't have an excuse.
Right.
I can make up some, but literally it's up to me. Literally it's up to Burl.
I have the
literally,
power.
It's
you
up
have
to
the power.
You.
Absolutely.
You have the power. We just have to work it.
That's true.
It's not going to just fall in our laps.
Right.
You have to go out. You want to be the next Oprah? Go for it.
Exactly.
You want to be the next Tyler Perry? Go for it. You think you funny? You want to be the next Kevin Hart? Go for it. Mm-hmm. Just make up your mind and do it.
And do it.
You got to just do it. Work with the mentor. I'm just keep saying this. If you don't have one, I feel bad for you. Mentoring, nurturing is critical to your success.
It is.
You have to have someone that you can follow or shadow to get where they are.
Yes.
And it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to give up the have and the have-nots. You're going to have to give up. I can't think of these other shows. You're going to have to give up something because guess what? They already there.
Mm-hmm.
So you watching them and just making their pockets fatter. You're going to have to give up something to get.
And you get so much more in return. That's what people have to remember. You get so much more in return. So when your friends are saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, it's okay to say no, because you know that you have something greater that's waiting for you if you just work the plan.
You got to work it.
You just got to work the plan.
Had I listened to some people back in the day, I would be a lot further in my career because I'm not trying to work forever. When I'm ready to retire, I'm not going to be at Walmart. When I'm ready to retire, my money is going to be continuing to work for me.
Wow.
That's where we all should be. Because if you're waiting on Social Security, it may not even be no Social Security when it's time for you to retire. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a 401k, if you don't have a pension, you need to get with the program like right now. Right now. Because everything you think you got, they can pull it away from you in an instant. Make your money work for you. There's a workshop coming up on wealth and wellness. We just took it about your credit, getting lines of credit, getting a trade line. The information was so powerful that I was just in shock. So they're going to redo it again. I'm going to send the information out. It's 90 minutes, but it's the best 90 minutes of your life. It can change your whole outcome, right? When you're working your money, you got to be willing to spend some money for you. Whether you need to take some workshops, some seminars, coaching.
It's an investment in you.
It's an investment. You might have to go to the where people, I can't think of the name of it, where you go if you want to be a speaker. You have to speak in front of Toastmasters. Everything is a price. Now, you can get different levels of Toastmaster.
Right.
You know, whatever your budget is. But for your health and your wealth, there should be no budget on it. Because will it be easy? No. But will it be worth it in the long run? Absolutely.
And nothing that's worthwhile is easy. I want everybody to know that.
Please tell them again, Burl.
Nothing that's worthwhile is easy. Nothing.
Yeah. You got to spend money to make money. You got to tap into your own network. You got 10,000 friends on Facebook, and you got groups. You on LinkedIn. You got followers. How are you connecting with them? Are you building relationships with these individuals?
Because that's what it's about.
Really? You got to be doing something, not just, I got 10,000 friends, I got 50,000 friends, but what are you all doing? Are you building relationships? Are you collaborating together?
To do something positive for other people, for the greater good. I think I think that when people just focus on money, they miss out on so much more, because God didn't design, us to be money hungry.
Correct.
That's not what it is. It is about being of service. So whatever your gifts and talents are, they're not just for you. So you can say, I can do this. I've done that. It's for you to share with other people.
Yeah.
So that they can be better. And that's how you keep it going.
It's a win-win.
That's the gift. That's the win.
Yeah.
That's the win. So people need to.
So you need to
do that.
You need to do that. And I want to just say, I can't say just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, just go do it. Do it. I want to say this last thing. You could be sitting on $1 million idea, right? But you're sitting on it, but you got to get to the next level. So you got to stop being afraid, stop being scared, stop worrying about fear, and just step out, because you won't know if it's going to work unless you do it.
Right.
Somebody needs what you have. Somebody needs your talent. Somebody needs your services. Somebody needs your skills. But if you keep it like this, ain't nobody how you going to help somebody? You got to, we are all in this together. So we got to take charge and just do it. So stop being afraid. Just step out on faith. God got you.
He already had it before you even got the idea.
He's waiting on you. He's waiting
that's
on
his
you.
Grace. It's already done.
What you have in here,
waiting for you,
and can't nobody take that away from you.
Yes,
right. So that's
powerful.
I had a whole nother topic, but I had to share this because it was on my heart and spirit that we have to be focused. We have to free ourselves and do what we need to do for us.
Right.
Create your legacy now. Start the journey now. If me or Burl could be help for you,
absolutely.
Contact us.
Reach out.
Let's do this thing together. Let's strut on into
high
the fourth
step.
quarter.
High step.
Into the fourth quarter. Look
right.
out. Here we come.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank Burl, my
great.
co-host, for being here, sharing her excellent nuggets and expertise. I want to thank you all for listening, the listening audience. And please do me a favor and share this broadcast. These nuggets will help and inspire and uplift someone today. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, we're going to have this $50 again next week, and we're going to have a guest next week. So please come back. We appreciate you, and we thank you so much for tuning in. In closing, you know my phrase, build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. And that could be me or my co-host, Burl.
Absolutely.
And we out. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.